Can you pull it down so I can see you?
Yeah.
You can just kind of go like that, kind of next to you.
Like.
Okay. Hi, Betsy. How are you?
I'm a little bit feeling overwhelmed.
Okay. Why don't you tell me a little bit about why you're overwhelmed?
Well, my husband says...
Can you look at me?
Yeah.
Okay.
My husband says that the clutter in our bedroom is one of the obstacles to having a better sex life.
Wow.
So if I clean the room completely, then that will mean that we will have better sex, or more sex than we have now.
Okay.
But I have a really hard time focusing on getting rid of stuff, cleaning, and letting go of my stuff in my room, which is very clearly too much stuff for this room.
Okay. How did you feel when he told you that?
I felt like, wow, the only thing that I need to do is clean and get rid of my stuff. But that if he loves me, it shouldn't be an issue, because I should just be able to continue to have the stuff that I have, and sort of my lack of organization is kind of part of who I think of myself as. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And that there shouldn't be any, real need to negotiate cleaning for sex.
Okay.
Although I do clean other parts of the apartment regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of the kitchen and parts of the living room and Zach's room.
Mm-hmm.
But in my room, I kind of enjoy being able to just throw things on the floor and not worry about it.
Okay.
Maybe it's kind of immature of me because it's a holdout from my childhood. Like, I would get into kind of yelling fights with my mom about how messy my room was, and one of our knockout, drag-out fights ended with her threatening to send me to my grandmother's house and me saying, do it, send me away.
Okay.
Because my mess was that bad in my room that people couldn't really walk.
Okay.
Like, to be able to see the floor in here is kind of, like, one of my hallmarks of success.
Okay.
I can see the floor.
Okay.
I can see the carpet. I could maybe even vacuum a little in here.
Okay.
But to get rid of all the stuff that's just extraneous in my life is kind of, for some reason, really hard for me to sit down and focus on.
I understand.
And once I start cleaning, I'll, like, if a book is involved, I'll start wondering, well, why haven't I read this lately? Then I'll look at it and I'm like, well, maybe I should hold on to it until I'm ready to read it, or until I'm ready to let it go.
Okay.
But until I get to that point of readiness, I just feel like I can't really deal with any of it.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying you were you didn't sort of like, did you kind of feel like it was an ultimatum that your husband gave you?
Yeah.
Okay. And it sounds like you didn't really like that because it kind of reminded you of your relationship with your mom and the arguments you'd have about cleaning your room when you were young, and they ended often pretty badly. Okay.
Yeah.
So it brings up, can you describe to me some more of the feelings it brings up when you and your husband talked about this issue?
Just being really frustrated generally with him.
Okay.
And with this condition that I've sort of set my mind on just perpetuating being messy.
Okay.
And that I just will would rather live in the way that I have been living messily, kind of messily, or with a messy attitude, rather than consistently trying to fight the stuff.
Okay. Are there any other feelings that you experience besides frustration?
Yeah, some sadness, some depression.
Okay.
About having to ultimately face that I will need to get rid of a whole lot of my life in order to make room for whatever I want to happen next.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying you see that cleaning up is equivalent to getting rid of certain parts of your life. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I have to sacrifice certain memories in order to, move forward.
Okay. And so the actual physical things are memories for you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So is that where some kind of sadness comes in, that it's like letting go of memories for you?
Yes.
Okay. Is it, in addition to letting go of memories, is it letting go of anything else for you?
It's maybe also that I associate a lot of my stuff with my identity.
Okay.
And so I feel like if I let go of this, if I give up this, then I'm giving up some real part of, even if it seems like an accessory, like just something that I don't really need now. It was important to me at one point. Maybe I need to hold on to it still.
Okay, and it's almost a part of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I kind of felt like you were going. Is that what you were going to say? Or it's almost part of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even though I think on some level I would be fine, I would be okay if the whole apartment complex burned down. I would be fine with that.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't need any of this stuff. But when I am faced with a choice of selectively pruning, getting rid of
what's important, what's not important,
prioritizing that, I get like anxiety. Thinking about cleaning and throwing stuff away. I feel really anxious about it.
Okay. So there's some anxiety as well as frustration as well as sadness. Okay. So would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how big of an issue would you say this is? With 1 being a very small issue and 10 being a huge issue, how big would you say it would be in your life?
Like an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
so pretty up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm frustrated with myself about the whole, like, perpetuating the same behavior.
Okay.
Because even though I don't actively, like, look for things to bring into this room, I think, I should do this to this room, and I should do that, and I should, really be wanting to work on decluttering because it will improve my marriage.
Okay.
And all of this, like,
Yeah. Well, that's definitely a lot. That's a lot of stuff that you're dealing with. And maybe over the next few weeks we can explore that a little bit more. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Let's turn it off.